And what I really liked that you said was there's some things that you learned earlier in your career that didn't make sense until later.
Yeah.
I have to remind myself of that, the Jamie that sat down next to you that you gave that advice to. I was opinionated, like, well, these first four techniques are really important, right? But there's 12 for a reason. Maybe my weight's on the left foot
Mhm.
and the strike's coming at this angle, and I haven't dealt with it yet. And I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. Or if you want to go deeper,
Yeah.
into system structure and function
Hmm.
of whether it be JKD or whether it be
Any system?
any system, and you look and go, oh, so they did it that way because of X, Y, and Z.
Hmm.
Oh, because you couldn't do that with any other blade other than a Zanzibar for sake of argument.
Yeah,
So there's
brother.
a whole, so there's a whole piece of that. You have to sometimes earn knowledge, and earn knowledge isn't about kissing someone's ass or kissing the ring. It's earning knowledge means you put the reps in and fail forward, fail fast,
Mm.
and have experiences and now wisdom to look at things from a different perspective. So
Yes,
then
sir.
you can look at system structure and function.
Hmm. I really like the way that you put that with failing forward. At our school, quite often, I'll notice that someone will be trying to do a technique they just learned and they're trying to do it perfect. And I think to myself, like, well, probably we got to do it 10,000 times. The first 50 aren't going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So we just got to go through it and lay that blueprint. And I don't want people to stress themselves out over it because then it seems like too much, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it's like everyone wants to get, wants to be perfect. And everyone wants to be,
Hmm.
the stud. No one wants to be the pud. But,
True story, sir.
you know, but you have to, you have to do the reps, and you have to fail fast and move on and get on to the next step and fail again.
Hmm.
And I mean, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a huge example, of that.
Yes, sir.
Um, you know, and it's one of the it's incredibly incredibly difficult martial art, because you kind of can't fake the funk.
No.
You have to be able to do it. Um, that's a great example of it. So,
It's the
and
essence of failing forward, right, coach? Right
yeah,
there. I mean, it's like, okay, I got this armbar. I just did it 50 times. I reach for him and he chokes me. And then I reach for him again and he triangles me. And well, okay, maybe tomorrow I'll be better. Let me go try and
yeah.
do another 50 and see if there's a detail I missed and hope for the
And like,
best.
people will always say, oh, it's about the armbar, this, that. But what happens when you have to change your entire game because you're not 28 anymore?
Yeah, brother.
What happens when you got to change your entire game because you're injured?
Hmm.
And then you have to go through that whole process again of failing fast and fail forward.
How do
Uh,
you do that with a smile on your face, coach? When you said that, you had a genuine smile. And
yeah,
that's something like, I know or I feel that you're somebody that's doing it and not talking about it. And the smile just sold it for me right there. And I haven't seen you in 15, 16 years, but the smile's like, oh yeah.
yeah, because it's like to go back to what I said before
Hmm.
is, with those poisons that Tuan Harley Elmore talks about, is the fear, fatigue, pain, frustration, and self-doubt. Is
Hmm.
you got to meet those head on, and you know, you can't. When I say meet them head on, there has to be inoculations that go to that stuff. So you can't
Yeah.
just, you're not just going to go fight a tiger. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Oh
It's
yeah.
like,
Well, yeah. Not in live.
yeah, you're like, all right, Jamie, this is what we're doing today, and go. It's not, that's not what it means. Is that you have to introduce all of those elements in the training in the proper time and the proper temperature to
Hmm.
really make someone where they can be. Because honestly, as people, we don't really have a concept of how powerful we can be. And I don't mean like, a deadlift number, but, how powerful, how impactful, how much of a, leader in our own lives that we can be.